The fourth edict already burns for your world. Suffering. Insignificance. This is the legacy of humanity. You are not long for this world. The mother soul in nightmare. We that are one. We watch. We wait. Infinite pursuit. We tear. We tire. We control. They dance. Run. We that fail.
What's going on? So this is what I've been running for the Atziri's Contempt Spear build. It's on a Blood Mage. It does very well mapping whether you're using Palm of the Dreamer or Sacred Flame Shrine Scepter. It decimates at bosses. The only thing that I will mention is if you're on the cold elemental complex, it does not hit near as hard. But once again, there's 3 of them, alternates back and forth. You can choose another one twice in a row. So if you get unlucky, you get 2 colds, but it absolutely decimates when it's on lightning and fire. Alright, so here's the skill tree. To start it off, I just ripped it straight over here, grabbed this critical damage, moment of truth, critical damage, grabbed concussive attack for attack, then I boogied over here for blinding strike. At the beginning, when I first get my points, I just grabbed killer instinct and tenfold attacks. I don't grab these ones until you get the heroic timeless jewel, I'll go over that in a second. After that, once my points going this way, I put into these crit nodes here until I had enough to get basically to these ones. And then I minused them all out, however far I got, put them over here. So yeah, the crit node's there, crit node's here. I skipped this till later. I come all the way down. I might have grabbed, you can grab Coming Calamity early, but I come all the way down and I grab my spear nodes. Once I got my spear, then I went out for acceleration, critical damage, up here for maiming strike, came back for serrated edges, and then I did put some points in here early, but I'll go over this in a minute after. Yeah, then you got your crit, your extra node. You got some weapon set too for extra skill effect duration for Ancestral Cry, whatnot. So that's the skill tree. We do have some points over here, but I'll go over with the gems. Yeah, and then you grab these ones here. So that's the skill tree. Not very big, doesn't go very far. Gets lots of damage. So now on to our gems. This node here, I use a heroic timeless jewel. Now this jewel is very specific. I couldn't tell you about the line, the 5766. It gives me a ton of damage though. It gives me 40% fire, 40% fire, 40% fire, and 40 elemental. So this is a good chunk of damage for me. Now I tried other Olroth gems and this was the one that worked best. That being said, in different slots, other one worked better. There was more elemental, there was empowered, 50% damage with empower while giving you exposure. So play around with those gems, find one that gives you the most damage, or just slap in a timeless jewel and go on it. You know, you could get other jewels that work better. This one just seemed to work really well. It was 120% fire with 40% increased elemental, so I liked it. Now, as far as our Megalomaniac, I'm using Volcanic Skin. So Volcanic Skin gives us that extra damage as fire damage. Super good. It is about 80 divines right now though, so I mean, you don't really need that. It's not that big of a difference. And then all the way down here, my Heart of the Well, double damage, fire and lightning. Those, or chaos. Chaos works well too, but fire and lightning were the best, I think. And then attack speed of rage on melee hit. My last one here is a From Nothing Diamond with Resolute Technique. Now, Resolute Technique is important because it gives us an extra endurance charge and then some area of effect with some crit and some extra skill effect duration. I can do a minute 12 regular with Ancestral Cry, and if it doubles because of these heightened charges, it's 224. So this Jagged Ground, every time a skill consumes an endurance charge, it creates Jagged Ground, which when we consume an endurance charge gives us 3% max life. So when we do jump into that form and we get endurance charges quite well when we're in our Ancestral Cry. It's kind of hard to generate them outside, like it's hit and miss. I only usually use this at bosses, but if I get it in a map, call it in, it just heals you 3% life every time. It's a nice little kicker that I didn't know. But mainly I'm just here for the increased area of effect and attack damage, and then the crit damage with the skill effect duration too. So that's the From Nothing. Those are my gems. Now on to the Ascendancy. This is the only really one that I was important or concerned about getting. It gives me a big chunk of life. So, you know, you go from 21 all the way up to 3200. So it was pretty slick. Now, I played around here with bleeding, works well. Even this one with the life flasks, I thought worked okay, but to be honest, this crit damage node here doesn't show up on my thing, and I don't know if that's meant for it or whatnot, but I put it in there now. So you can play around, you can do the bleeding one here, you can even do the cursed one, but I just run for the crit damage. Alright, so that is the tree, and my gems in my Ascendancy. Pretty straightforward. Oh, onto the skills we go. As far as the skills go, we got Life Remnants, we got Remnant Potency 3, Harmonic Remnants 2. This one's not important. It doesn't do anything. I just testing it. I don't have anything cooldown, so it doesn't work. As far as Shattering Spite goes, we got Garkon's Resolve, Rakita's Flow, Rapid Attacks, Element Armament 2, and then I have Rage Forged. You can put some life on kill things in here, but I didn't find it was really necessary in this build. Spear of Solaris, we're running Sapphi's Infamy so that it builds charge just by casting. Then we're also running Elemental Armament 2, Fire Penetration, Uruk's Smelting, and Rigwald's Ferocity. The Spear does a small amount of physical damage, so this one you could switch in and out. I'm just trying with it right now. It seems to be working. Now we're into Spear Field. We're going to run Rapid Attacks 2, Rage 3, Blazing Critical. I have Armor Break 3 and Armor Demolisher 2 in here. This is for getting me charges. So every time I break an enemy armor, I'm going to get an endurance charge, and it does work. It's not a very efficient way to get endurance charges, but it seems to be working well enough. I usually only use Ancestral Cry, which we're getting into now, at bosses. I just pop it. If I have endurance charges, I have them. If I don't, I don't. And then if I get 4, I'll call it in while I'm mapping, and you just absolute decimate everything even more. So Ancestral Cry, we're running Heightened Charges, Prolonged Duration, Fire Mastery, and then Jagged Ground. So when we're in Ancestral Cry, every time we take a step with an endurance charge, it uses it, creates Jagged Ground, and then heals you for 3% max life. You don't need to run this. It was just a nice little ticket on those crazy maps, because you do get endurance charges quite well when you're in Ancestral Cry, and I had no use for them, so I just slapped it in there. Now it heals me. We're good to go. War Banner for some attack speed, attack damage. We're running Duresio's Passion, running Prolonged Duration 2, and then Magnified Area 2. Thunderous Leap purely just to jump over obstacles, or when you're doing certain maps that you can't get around, just jump over it. That's all this is, a traversal skill. I should put some more things in here so it does a little bit more damage, but just a traversal skill is basically all I use it for. Elemental Conflux. We're running Prolonged Duration 2, Fire Mastery, and then Dahlia's Desire. This gives us that extra damage. Take it out. 10. So 5% more damage with the affected ailment. It's a nice little bump. Herald the Thunder. We're running Armor Break 3, Armor Demolisher 2. Once again, this is another way we get our endurance charges. Elemental Focus, Elemental Armament, Magnified Area 2. Blasphemy, Temporal Chains, Magnified Area, Ritualistic Curse. And the last one is Berserk. And then I'm running Uhtred's Exodus in here. Nice little boost to some rage effect. Now, this one could swap out for, oh crap, I can't remember the name of it, but it's, what is it called? Why can't I think of it? It would be Herald of Ash. If you got Herald of Ash here, you would get 40% increased fire damage. So that could be a good swap out too. You get a little bit more fire damage. I like the rage because it just gives me damage on everything, like a damage over everything else. But Herald of Ash works well too. And that's the skills. Now on to the gear. As far as it can, as high as spear as you can. I started at level 74 with a low spear, and then worked my way up to 90 where I got a level 20. These are quite expensive now. I don't even know what they're going for. Let's get rid of the quality there. Yeah, like they're ridiculous. Let's I don't even know. Let's take off some of these things. So I guess you can get a level 20 right there. You can get is that a level 20? But it's got a different mod on it, so I don't know. You can pick one of them up, I guess. Not too bad. But there you go. So 30 divs. This build is quite expensive. Now, this one I'm running a +3, a +2 works well. +2s are not expensive. They're like 20 divs, which is, I know it's expensive, but for this build it's not. So there, we can get a +3 for 16 divs now. Very cheap. So that's the tribal mask. Then we're running Palm of the Dreamer with reduced skill effect duration. So 70 divs. But yeah, reduced skill effect duration. And that's the only reduced skill effect duration I have on the entire build, is right there. Other than the actual support gem. Oh, I don't even have it. Never mind. That is the only reduced skill effect duration I'm running. So chestplate, as high as energy shield as you can with reses. Rings, just fire lightning. I went for max life. You can go triple damage mod, but the way I'm running this right now, I wanted a little bit more life. And reses and leech mana. You don't need leech mana. Mana pot works well enough. I just hate hitting it, so I put a leech mana on. Same thing with the other one. Fire, lightning, life, all elemental, and I got leech physical attack damage as life with another res. My gloves, lightning damage to attacks, critical, 60 increased effect to socketed, and attack speed. So what I would really like is a double socketed pair with a double attack mods. But gloves are ridiculous. Don't even want to try it. Boots, I went with life and then just reses and movement speed. For the belt, running the headhunters, wicked helps damage a lot. Get a good life pot, which that one isn't very good. A good mana pot too. And then my charms I switch over all the time, but the main one is this one. You want to run a stunned one. If I'm sprinting and I get stunned, it's not good. Alright, now onto the amulet. The amulet is special in this one. I am running the Struggle Scream Stellar Amulet, and I am anointing a whole bunch of things. Like I am anointing Wild Storm, I am anointing Thrill of the Fight, I am anointing Crushing Verdict, and then where's my last one? What's my last one? Storm Charged. Yeah, Storm Charged. Where the heck are you? Over here. For 40% increased elemental if you've dealt a critical, which we do criticals quite often. At least once every like 6 seconds or whatever it is. Maybe not, but that's a good little note. So yeah, Storm Charged Amulet with four anointments onto it, and you get a bunch of extra damage, fire, elemental, all that good stuff. This one down here is super important. You get that 60% increase every time you use a war banner. It's 60%. Spear of Solaris, 60%. Ancestral Cry, 60% for 6 seconds. So you can, when you're at a boss, you can drop your banner almost every 6 seconds, and even then, you drop your banner, your Spear of Solaris comes back quick. It's pretty good. So that's the armor, and yeah, that's what that goes. Alright, so this is the alternate amulet that I've been running. To be honest, this one doubles your energy shield. You go from, like, we only had 800, so non-existent on the other one, to over 2000. Much more survivability, and the damage isn't even that much less. I just found that this amulet wasn't as consistent damage, and Ubers were slower. So this amulet's totally fine, and to be honest, the damage is there. It's totally fine to run it. You don't need to anoint 4 things. This one just has that little bit more maximum DPS. So on this one, we're running a Jade amulet. It doesn't matter though. Just have energy shield from equipped body armor, 7% increased max life, and then the crit hit chance and crit damage bonus with all attributes. Like I said, the damage is there with it. So we allocate Crushing Verdict, because we don't have it on, we had it allocated on our other amulet. So there we got that, the 50% increased attack damage. Now the thing that changes here is I don't run Volcanic Skin in a Megalomaniac anymore. I would run Thrill of the Battle. So Thrill of the Battle goes in, put in this. Now that's Unwavering Stance. I would grab, you know, that one, these 2 glory generations, attack damage, glory, attack damage, and then I'd grab some attack speed. That's what I'd run there. You get a ton of glory, a little bit of attack speed, you get some damage, right? You know, 5% increased attack damage. 5 there, you're 20% increased attack damage. That's a good little node, and you get the glory plus attack speed. It's not bad at all. Another way we could run this is we come up over here. We get some damage with Molten Being, 5% extra damage is fire. Then we get a bunch of rage on hit, so 3 more rage on melee hit with double 30% glory generation. And also this one, 8+ maximum rage each time you use a skill that requires glory. So you get some more damage from boosted rage. Very good setup here too. The third and final way I run this is with Giant's Blood. Now with Giant's Blood, I don't have to run Thrill the Battle Megalomaniac, so I can put my Volcanic Skin back in. We get that little bit of 8% extra damage. But I would click Thrill the Battle and get some attack damage with a little bit of glory. You only get 16% of glory generation. And then how much attack damage did we get? We got 6, 16, 22, whatever that is. 23, whatever it is. So yeah, not much attack damage, but then you get Thrill of the Fight. So that's also another good. And then you got 2 extra points left over. So you can grab this one for even more glory gain. To be honest, if I had 2 left over, I'd just grab some more critical damage wherever I was left open. You can grab that one there and somewhere else. So yeah, that's other ways to do it. To be honest, this amulet is way better for survivability. Just way better. However, if you want the most amount of damage and you're not really dying, run this amulet, the Struggle Stream, with all those anointed or whatever ones you want to anoint. Just depends on what you can get on your Megalomaniac, right? So yeah, that's the alternate amulet setup. And oh, and then too, I changed my boots. So obviously I don't have max life on my boots. I just have maximum energy shield. That's the other change. Oh, yeah, that's the amulet change.
We will take the power that we deserve!
Not if I take yours first.
First one's I.
Desolation.
I cannot allow you to interfere.
With the doom at the door, you will fail. Purify.
Believe me, you will fall, exile.
Another corpse to serve me.
So. Kill the stranger! Keep running! Marked for death! The order of my realm grows closer.
A cute trick, restore the best.
Wildwood's power is mine! And I need nothingness! Your seen. So long as you know me.
To make you suffer. Death is my power to wield.
time. The spirit is... It moves. Spirit guidance.
None can oppose me.
No one knows your name. No one but me.
Death is my power to wield. You there, local, come